Hey there, everybody. My name's Stacy, and I am from Southern Mississippi. I've been living here for quite a few years now, since I was about 15 or 17, maybe. Um, I was born and raised in Taos, New Mexico, and actually, I was raised in Red River, New Mexico, in Cuesta, but I was born in Taos, which is a very artistic community, and that's where I learned how to ski. And I think that the people from that community, really they really love art, and they're very artistic. They're also very strong about nature. They really believe in Mother Earth and taking care of nature, which I resonate with that. Also, I do tarot readings here, and I have a couple other channels though. I also, first and foremost, am an artist, and I love to paint. I love to draw. Pastels are by far my favorite medium. Oil paintings have become my most common medium, and I absolutely love making tarot cards. I have tons of tarot cards that I've made. Um, I do. I still have a ton that I haven't even finished yet, but I've got like um, different cards that I've made, and I have narcissistic cards. I have a cool. Let me show you my other cards. So these are not even finished yet. So I've got these cards. These are based on Hermetic Atlantis. So they have a bunch of different gods and goddesses and the underworld and things of that nature. I really don't have enough information to use this deck yet, but it's extremely interesting. I might do a couple readings with those just so that maybe someone can give me some comments and help me to fill them out a little bit more. I also have a Grim deck, which has, all the different, Grimm's fairy tales. And then I have a manifestation deck, which has different ways to manifest things. And basically, I started doing this after my mom had passed away, in kind of hopes that I would get a glimpse of, something that would remind me of her and give me some kind of soothing, calming feeling. And, it probably is all in your head, but for some reason, I just feel more close to her whenever I do readings. So I always, put on some of her jewelry, and I'll make sure that I tune in. I don't really use a lot of traditional tarot cards. It's not that I don't have them. I just I'm epileptic, and I have a very bad memory. So I have to take heavy medications so that I don't have seizures. And it makes it extremely hard for me to remember all of these cards. Um, and I really don't like to half-ass anything, so of course I'm not going to do partial reading. I really like to use the reversed, and that just makes it twice as hard to remember all those cards. So I've been doing it for probably about a year now, and my original deck is really getting rough, that I just scribbled onto some literally notebook paper. But but it taught me, that you have to file them down. If you decide to make your own deck, you have to file them down, because if you don't and you go shuffling, then it will always pull up the same card. All right. So if you ever decide to make your own deck, see how it always pulls back the same card over and over and over. That's why we don't use these yet. Or if we do, we don't shuffle them like that. We shuffle them like this. Okay, so yeah, it takes a little bit of effort. Like, And you don't always realize just how much effort it takes until you sit down and a week later you're finally done with one deck of cards. So I've started on a new deck of cards for the Rider Waite, based on the Rider Waite Tarot, and I've been working on it for over a month and it is still not finished. But I really like to put all the little information on there, like, what sign it's associated with, and what angel that card is associated with, and what the numerology means, and all of that, so that I'm able to learn it better that way. Although a lot of people don't even really believe in reading them that way at all, they just go by the pictures alone, which is the pictures are based on all the information. The colors all mean something, and the numerology means something. And I think that, you know, I used to be a Jehovah's Witness, and after I was disfellowshipped from the Christian congregation, I sort of decided that I really wanted to know just everything that the Jehovah's Witnesses wouldn't let me look at. Immediately I wanted to know what Jesus believed, and what this religion believes, and what does that religion believe. And I definitely am not an atheist. I feel like there is something else out there, but I know that a lot of people kind of feel like religion and tarot cards don't really go well together. But I made this deck here, which is Hermetics. It's the Hermetic Tarot deck, and it's based off of like alchemy and Hermeticism, which is laws of rhythm and laws of mentalism and all these different Hermetic truths. And I really, really enjoy reading, especially these older, out of date knowledge that people just don't know about. And it just blows my mind that there's, so much that we learn about in school. And I mean, I have paid so much money for my education, and it really hasn't taught me anything compared to the knowledge that I've gained learning these ancient symbolism. So really, and you really have to do your research because each symbol is different in each different culture. And even like when I was doing this here deck, I found out that that a lot of these overlap. Like the this is the Atlantis deck, and even though a lot of people believe that Atlantis isn't real, it overlaps with a lot of the laws and physics and things of math that, we had to have learned it from somewhere. So I definitely am a truther overall. If you do like to know about the truth, and it doesn't really matter if you're a believer or not, you're welcome on my channel. I am a believer, but I just I don't like to force my opinions upon others like most religious, people do. And so, therefore, I guess knocking on people's doors as a Jehovah's Witness it felt a little, forceful. So now I have my art, and I also have my tarot. I also have a narcissistic abuse support group for anyone who, is really struggling to get past a hard point in their life. And this channel is it is for people who deal with narcissistic abuse, but a lot of people become narcissists because they have been through such narcissistic abuse. So even if you come to my channel and you feel like you are a narcissist, I don't want you to feel like you're not welcome here, because on my narcissist cards, on the front side, I explain what it is that whatever the type of narcissism is. And then on the back, I have how to deal with it. So not only does that work for narcissists, but it also works for people who are struggling with it. So, of course, we are all narcissistic, no matter how much that you think that you're not a narcissist. You definitely are narcissistic. And if you're not, then you definitely need to try to be more narcissistic so that you don't allow other people to run over you and turn you into a doormat. So that is basically why I made this channel, was to reach out to people who are struggling and, you know, be there for people who need someone to show them the way. Because, you know, there's been times in my life when I have been through some hard times, and there was always someone there to guide me. And I thank the Lord for that. So whether or not you believe that, that doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really bother me at all. If you're a believer, you're welcome here. If you're an atheist, you're still welcome here. And if you're a narcissist, you know, the door's still open to you. Just try not to get too offended, okay? Because this is a truther page, and I call it Sassy Tarot because I have a tendency to offend some folks, but whenever you're telling the truth, you're always going to offend somebody. So I have become quite attached to a lot of the artists that I follow, and I just want to say that I know that a lot of the makeup artists that I follow, they're saying that they're getting burnout with you know, doing their videos. I just want to tell you that I love your videos, even though I don't wear makeup on my face. I love, love, love the art videos. The makeup videos help me to paint my portraits, believe it or not. All the contours and everything show you exactly how to put makeup on a painting and make it look three-dimensional. So shades and shadows and contours, that's something I really don't do myself, and so I absolutely love going to those makeup tutorial videos. I have a very, probably a bad obsession with, like, you know, serial killers. So Bailey Sarian is one of my favorite channels. She's always doing her makeup and talking about different, you know, basically serial killers, murderers, and that type of thing. It really does interest me. I love it. I don't know why. It probably is a little disturbing, but anywho, I have made my narcissist deck. It's kind of hard not to, you know, have tarot cards that don't have any pictures on them. So, so I tried to put some pictures on some of these cards. And for example, you know, here's Ted Bundy. Okay, they all need a little bit of work, but I haven't actually had the oomph to use them yet, but maybe one of these days I will start using them. I've got to finish them though. This is another deck that is not finished, but it has quite a few really creepy clowns in it. It's got you know, just your basic antagonistic characters. I don't know if I can use some of these. Some of these are like copyrighted, so I'll have to find out what the laws are, if there's some kind of fan art that I could call it, or I don't know exactly how I could do this without infringing on somebody's you know. Who knows, but we will do a little more research before I actually finish these and decipher how I can go about using the narcissist cards with people's faces on them. I might have to go back a couple centuries. So like Aristotle and Plato and people like that, they are so old that there is no patent back then. Just like you can put, you know, Galileo or something like that on your cards or on your art or in your music, whatever. And there's not really any way for anyone to sue you because it's not in the domain. It's not in the public domain. So there's a little info for you about me. I hope that that helped. If you are struggling to move forward, if you're stressed out, that is my specialty. The reason that I do this is because I'm epileptic, and unfortunately, serious stress causes seizures. And sometimes you have to go to some serious lengths to overcome stress. And this is one of the ways tarot readings allow me to overcome stress in some ways that I've never been able to do it before. So meditation helps when medication fails for my epilepsy. I know that a lot of epileptic people have died in 2020, and it really breaks my heart to think about all the children that have died because of COVID. And I just want to, ask everybody out there to please stay strong, wear your masks, do whatever you have to do. Try not to be a narcissist, okay? Don't be a Karen. Do what we have to do so that we can survive this. Because we all want the best for this country and for the world. So, if you have any suggestions for different types of tarot card readings, I actually have about 17 pages on Facebook. I have Pioneer Apothecary, I have Faux Taxidermy, I have Mastering the Stock Market, I have Cancer Victims, I also have Genealogist Guild, I have basically I just post way too much to Facebook, and I don't want to run off all my friends by junking up my feed every day. So I made probably for like one or two every year, and now I have 17. But anywho, I'm a web designer, so I don't care. You can leave comments and tell me that I need to stick to one thing or whatever you want to do, but probably not going to do that ever. So that is a goal of mine, to narrow my focus, but I just don't really do that very good. So, like I said, if you do enjoy my readings, if you love my art, I will be sure to put some links here to all my channels. I have 4 channels. One of them I no longer have access to, but I'll put it there for you anyway so that you can check it out. And, you be sure to manifest positive for 2021. We really need some good vibes. I don't know about all of you, but I just want to heal and overcome, okay? So that's what we're all going to try to do in 2021, is better ourselves, better the future, and, whatever it takes, right? So it has been super great getting to know all of you. I want to do some more videos like this where I can kind of just tell people what other kind of art I do. I really don't have any artistic videos that are recent. I've been doing, this, but I also started working with alcohol inks recently, and I just bought a bunch of metallic alcohol inks, and they are beautiful, and I'm sure that you will love them. I'm going to do some time lapses. I really love to put the camera over the it's even more fun to do it after you've done the pour and let it dry. and it kind of shows like gravity pushing on everything and moving it around, and it's so beautiful. So I hope that if you are a longtime fan, friend, or colleague, please be sure to like my channel, subscribe, and if you have a couple extra bucks, you can subscribe to my Patreon channel. The links are below. If you really don't have a whole lot of money, I totally get that, but please leave me a comment and let me know if you enjoy my videos. It will definitely make my day. Thank you. Good night.